Narrative-based adventure games have definitely evolved over the years. It's something that needed to be done to keep players coming back for more, and developer Supermassive Games seems to understand this as they approach their newest release, the Dark Pictures anthology, Little Hope. As the sophomore release in this collection of horror adventures, Little Hope does an excellent job of pacing its most meaningful choices and scares.
We are wasting valuable time here. Can we please just keep moving?
The Dark Pictures anthology Little Hope features time-manipulating themes centered around several tragedies that occurred across time. The vessels for this adventure are a group of 4 college students and their teacher as they find themselves stranded in the town of Little Hope and trapped by a mysterious fog. Each of the main characters has a distinct personality that they add to the group. They are each capable of leading a conversation or becoming compliant. These multiple layers give the impression that you are truly in control of who they are and their fate. The story is paced perfectly as you discover the dark events that happened in this town that revolve around the 17th century and over witch trials. It turns out that the setting alone is scary enough as you witness people casting blame on witchcraft and others suffering the outcome. It becomes more interesting when you realize that some of the apparitions look a little familiar. Similar to other adventure games, you'll make your choices during dialogue. Little Hope puts you in control of these characters' fate, but the developer did a great job of making it difficult to decide what is the right choice. Typically in these games, I went against my better judgment and chose responses that I think the characters wanted to hear. But in this game, that didn't work, and I really had to weigh on some of my choices. The narrative knows how to get you to cast doubt on other characters or question the reality of things. Sure, monsters are floating around here and there, but how they are connected to the witch trials and our protagonists is what you'll discover. It's an engaging way to tell this particular story and requires multiple playthroughs to fully piece together. As you take control of the different characters, you'll be able to explore and interact with the environment. The first playthrough will probably be a bit faster than the others because the game has events that trigger the next area even if you aren't finished exploring. However, this only gives your next playthrough context regarding the clues that are left scattered around. Exploration has been improved in this release as the walking animations and camera work has seen some upgrades. It keeps the cinematic feel, but it doesn't have that jarring reaction when the camera shifts and you aren't sure which direction to go. Still, there were times where I would get stuck in a room with an NPC waiting to enter or be blocked off from exploring by a couple of invisible walls. Furthermore, pacing in general has been improved. The developer seems to have eased off on the QuickTime events in this release to focus more on atmosphere and narrative. I feel like this paid off tremendously because I was completely immersed in the entire mystery. No scene had me feeling bored or frustrated to move it along, and every scene came off like it was important to the plot. When it comes to QuickTime events, well, they are here, but there is a warning that comes up before they are about to begin to prepare you for what's to come. You also don't have to worry about them as much as you did while playing Man of Medan because they are mainly used for the horror segments, scattered sporadically throughout the game. I feel like it's a good balance of these events because you don't have to worry about things like every jump off a curb being followed by a button press. Now, returning are some quick thoughts that can lead to a sudden death. It may seem unfair at the time, but the game doesn't really focus on fair as much as it focuses on telling a story. Sadly, I wish the death of a character would affect the group a little more than a few added dialogue scenes. I would have liked to see them emotionally hurt in the events that follow, especially in the final area. In this last segment, it would have gone a long way to interact with the characters that are left and hear their thoughts about the previous events. Instead, based on the ending that you get, the conclusion can feel a little unrewarding. Where Little Hope shines is in its online and offline multiplayer. Tackling this game with a friend was just awesome, as we took control of different characters and shaped the narrative together. It's also an important mode given that there are certain scenes that you can't see otherwise. Playing this game alone and then playing with a friend provided two very different experiences for me to see a new side of these characters and important scenes that act as additional set pieces to the overall puzzle. Little Hope is a beautiful game, and the team did a great job of creating environments based on a few different areas. The team needed to get this right given how much the narrative leans on the environments and setting to provide the scares to the player. With that said, this game is horrifying. Through multiple jump scares and panic-induced moments of terror, just try to run away.
Hey, Bigfoot!
The Dark Pictures anthology Little Hope is a terrifying adventure game that utilizes the atmosphere and setting to deliver the scares. As the players shape the narrative, the game reacts in unique ways to the choices made. The upgraded UI and improved multiplayer mode show just how far this developer has come in terms of game making and storytelling. Some endings can feel a bit anticlimactic or rushed, but that's just all the more reason to play again. Noisy Pixel is giving the Dark Pictures anthology Little Hope an 8.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.